What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We're tackling the beast today. The elephant in the room. Well, the Hellcat in the room at least. It's time to get this thing prepped up for paint. We do have to do a few things. I've already kind of started without y'all a little bit. Went ahead and started masking some of this stuff off so we don't get any water in there and paint. But I need to take off this power steering pump because we got a new one for it. Now this thing is all cracked up right here. That's why the tape is there. So we're gonna go ahead and remove it and get it out of the way so it's not in the way, so we can clean the motor along with the alternator. I really don't want to get the alternator really wet or anything. And we're probably gonna end up having to paint that by hand unless I can figure out a way to take the housing off to paint it. So let me remove that stuff and remove the belt, of course. Hit the tensioner up and then get that stuff off. And then maybe we can roll this thing out, pressure wash it, degrease it, hose it down, scuff it up, and maybe even primer it today. We'll see how far we get. We're gonna edit that out so it looks like I'm doing it in one pool. Come on, dog. You kidding me? Say hello to my little friend. Looks pretty good, you guys. Looks pretty good overall. That pressure washer always does the trick, but there's a few spots that it's a little tougher than most. So like up here, we're gonna end up just putting a little degreaser up in there and then hit it with the Scotch-Brite and just kind of Scotch-Brite the top of the motor, the front of the motor, all the main areas, you know, and then wash it again. Hit it with the pressure washer one more time, let it air dry, and then we'll come back, hit it with the actual what do you call it, the compressor, to get the air out, and then try to get all these water out of it so that way we can get it nice and dry and we can primer this thing up, you know. Damn, I'm impressed, you guys. I am super impressed. I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, but guys, I'm starting to lose sunlight too, but this stuff works pretty freaking good, man. Like, this 2K stuff is like, comes out so smooth, like you don't even need a freaking spray gun. Comes out so smooth. And I was really nervous about one can. They said one can would do it, and I really thought they were messing around. And that's one can. Like, that is a full freaking can. There it is, you guys. High temp 2K Eastwood primer. Man, that looks so freaking good, guys. Coming out of the nozzle, it sprays out so freaking smooth, doesn't clog or anything. Let me show you this nozzle too. So if you look at the nozzle, it has like the ability to turn. You see it there? You turn it 90 degrees and your spray pattern changes. It's so freaking sweet. It's literally like a paint gun. You know how the paint guns do that? And it's the same thing. And it looks so good. It sprays so smooth. Definitely liking the finished product on this stuff here. And apparently this stuff dries really quick too. Luckily right now we got some sun, so we'll let it sit out in the sun for a little bit. But I don't know, depending on the sunlight, if we'll have enough sun to spray the black on. But I'm gonna leave it like that. But you guys can see it looks freaking kick-ass. Looks good. Like I said, we're going all black. Paul wants all black. This is his motor, his car, so we're just gonna black it out, and we're gonna try to leave the valve covers orange. We'll see how that looks like, and I can't wait to see what this thing looks like all done. See what we got going on. Just the VHT high temp paint, and this is a satin, just a satin black. Yeah, we should be good to go. That stuff dries pretty quick. Very impressed, Eastwood, very impressed. All right, let's hit it with some of that black. Damn, Gina, murder was the case. You guys, it is about 2 days later, 3 cans of paint later, 2 trips to AutoZone. Man, that was a pain in the ass. Guys, I didn't believe it was gonna take that much paint. It really goes to show you how far that primer went from Eastwood, man. And this thing, 1 can of that Eastwood primer, but it took us 3 cans of that black high temp paint, I should say, to get this thing done, man. This thing took a lot. But what y'all think? Looks good. I think it looks good. We got to pull all this masking stuff off. I got the new power steering pump for it as well. I went ahead and painted that separately off the car, or off the motor, I should say. Also the alternator I got a hand paint, because I really don't feel like trying to take that thing completely apart to paint it, because you know those alternators have a bunch of like grooves and vents, so we ain't gonna mess with that. We'll just hand paint that. The AC compressor, I am gonna take it down to the shop and have them like basically clean it out, make sure it's good and everything. So we don't want to put that on quite yet, and then we'll paint it afterwards. But everything's gonna be black on here for the most part. But the valve covers, I'm gonna see if we can leave the valve covers orange, give it a little contrast, and see what it looks like. As a matter of fact, let's yeah, let's see. Let's pull this tape off real quick. A little YouTube magic. Bam! Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Would you just look at it? It looked good. I think I personally like it. I like the orange. Oh, look at that, matching gloves. But I do like the orange. I'm not gonna lie, adds a little contrast to the motor, kind of brings it out a little bit. What you guys think? Tell me what you guys think about the orange valve covers, leaving the orange valve covers, and then the rest of it all murdered out. We are going to have a different oil pan, obviously. That's why I kind of didn't mind getting the overspray on that one. We got that one sitting right over here, but we're waiting on a pickup tube, oil, or not the oil compressor, the AC compressor. I got to go get it kind of cleaned up and serviced. I want to kind of make sure it's all good to go. So I'm gonna take it down to one of the local shops, but that's why that's not on there. And we also got our alternator, but I had to hand paint that one, because that one, you really want to overspray inside those coils. But we won't put that on yet, because There's this connector right here. It's such a pain in the ass. You cannot get out if that thing is in there. So we still got to do that, but we do have to get the actual harness. I want to get the harness laid in here, guys. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these motors, but it is damn near impossible to get that harness on when it's in the car. Like it, I mean, it could be done, I'm sure, but it is just a nightmare. I'm not even gonna try. We're gonna put the harness on before we get it into the car, because I am not gonna try to put that harness on. No way, Jose. So, but that's it, guys. We do have to do is actually punch this out right here in the block. It's a plug for the oil dipstick. We got to relocate that because on the factory one it has a dipstick there and we can't reuse it. So the new oil pan does not have that same location, so we're gonna have to pop this out, order a new dipstick, and then go from there. So yeah, but guys, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Guys, let me know what y'all think though. Black and orange looks good. I think, me personally, should look really good in that black engine bay, murdered out. Subscribe, guys. I see you guys watching. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. All right, cool. Now you guys already know, stay wrenching.